Very good morning to all of you. Today I want to start experiment 10. So 10th experiment I want to start. Title of experiment is determination of chloride of the given water sample or sewage samples. Determination of chloride of the given samples. Today's course outcome for this experiment as well as the subject is 4 course outcomes are given. Acquire ability to conduct experiments and estimate the concentration of different parameters. Second course outcome is compare the result with standards and discuss based on the purpose of analysis. Third course outcome is determine type of treatment, degree of treatment for water and wastewater. Fourth outcome is identify the parameter to be analyzed for the student project work in environmental stream. So these are the course outcomes obtained. And now the title of subject is Environmental Engineering Laboratory, and that subject code is 18 CVL 67. So this comes in 6th semester of civil engineering departments. Let us see, these are the different type of apparatus are used in the environmental engineering laboratory to conduct all the types of experiments. These apparatus are used and some equipments are used to conduct related experiments, and some apparatus are continuous repeats to conduct experiment. So that's why you should be remember these apparatus with name. So that is the most importance. Okay. Next, concept of chlorides. Background of chlorides. Chloride in the form of chloride ion is one of the major inorganic anions in water and wastewater. Okay. Chloride in the form of chloride ions is one of the major inorganic ions in water and wastewater. In potable water, the salty test produced by chloride concentrations is variable and dependent on the chemical composition of water. Some waters containing 250 mg chloride per liter may have a detectable salty test if the cation is sodium. On the other hand, the typical salty test may be absent in waters containing as much 100 mg per liter when the predominant cations are calcium and magnesium. So this is the concept of the chloride. The chloride concentration is higher in wastewater than in raw water. The chloride concentration is higher in wastewater than in raw water because sodium chloride is a common article of diet and passes unchanged through the digestive system. Along the sea coast, chloride may be present in high concentrations because of leakage of salt water into the sewerage system. It may also be increased by industrial process. High chloride content may harm metallic pipes and structures as well as growing plants. See, this is the most important sentence. If high chloride content may harm metallic pipes and structures as well as growing plants. So that's why you should be remember this is the basic knowledge about the chlorides. What is the principle of chlorides? Silver nitrate reacts with chloride in the water sample and forms silver chloride. which is a white precipitate. This is turn reacts with potassium chromate and form a red precipitate of silver chromates. So this is the principles. See here, this is following chemical equations. Okay, silver nitrate plus sodium chloride. So now it's react silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. And second equation is 2 times silver chloride plus potassium chromates. Now it produces silver chromate plus potassium chlorides. So this is the principles of silver nitrate reacts. Okay. Next, which are the equipments are required to conduct these experiments, or apparatus are required? Burettes, pipettes, conical flask, volumetric flask, beakers, spoons, glass rods, weighing balance, dropper, etc. So these are the apparatus or equipments are required to conduct this experiment. Next, reagents. Which are the reagents are required to continue the experiments for the given samples? Here 2 reagents are required. One is silver nitrate, second one is potassium chromate. Now how to prepare the silver nitrate reagents? I will give the steps. Dissolve 2.39 gram sodium silver nitrate in 1000 ml distilled water. Now it becomes 0.0141 normality. What is the step? Dissolve 2.395 gram silver nitrate in 1000 ml of double distilled water and dilute it clearly. Now it becomes 0.0141 normality silver nitrate reagent. Next solution we prepare, that is potassium chromate. How to prepare potassium chromate? Dissolve 5 gram potassium chromate in 100 ml double distilled water. So then now we are getting, this is the potassium chromate solutions or reagents. Next, after preparation of the reagents, okay, now you start the experiments. That is procedure. Take 50 ml sample, that is tap water, in a conical flask. And second step, add 2 to 3 drops of potassium chromate in 50 ml samples in conical flask. Then now color becomes yellow. After addition of potassium chromate, now color becomes yellow. Then titrate against silver nitrate solution till yellow color changes to brick reds. Okay, titrate against silver nitrate solution till yellow color changes to brick red. So for better accuracy, titrate distilled water of 50 ml in the same way to establish blank. So like you repeat 3 samples. Okay. Now see the observations and calculations. In observations, in burette, N by 35 plus N by 35.45 silver nitrate solution is there, and in conical flask 100 ml of sample plus 2 to 3 drops potassium chromates you add. So in conical flask, so indicator used, potassium chromate solution is used. Endpoints, that is yellow to brick reds. So these are the observations. Next, tabulations. So this is the tabular column for this experiment. Here column 1 is sample, column 2 is burette readings. So that burette reading we are making 3 columns. One is initial reading, second one is final reading, third one is difference, and this column is average. Okay, so now here water sample taking 50 ml of 3 trials we are doing, then we are doing the average, that is A sample. Then distilled water we are taking 50 ml and 3 trials we are doing, and then we are determining average. So then we are locating for distilled water is B symbol, for water sample is A symbol. Then we are calculating calculations for given samples with readings. See, chloride in milligram per liter is given by the formula A minus B into N into equivalent weight of silver nitrate divided by ml of sample used. So now substitute the value here. A minus B into normality means 1 by 35.45 into equivalent weight of silver nitrate is 35.53 divided by ml of sample used, that is 50 ml, multiply thousands. So now we are getting chloride in milligram per liters. Okay, where A is ml of silver nitrate required for samples, B is ml of silver nitrate required for blank, that is distilled waters, and N is the normality of silver nitrate used. So this is the clear explanations about how to do the calculations. After getting the readings from the calculations, now write the results. Chloride content of the given sample of water is in milligram per liters. So based on the result, you write the conclusions. See here, I have written for convenient conclusion. As per IS 10500 specifications, permissible limit of chlorides in drinking water is 250 milligram per liters. Therefore, the amount of the chloride present in the tap water or given sample is this much milligram per liter, which is within the limit, and hence water can be used for drinking. So this is the conclusions based on the results obtained. Okay. Now these are the references are referred for these experiments in details to conduct, as well as this subjects, concepts, purpose. Okay. So now you remember steps and remember reagents and write clear observations in tabular column and do the calculations. We are getting results. Then you write comments or conclusion based on the results obtained. Okay. Thank you one and all. Next class and next experiment I will be continue in next class.